Hello and welcome to Spectrum News at 2. My name is Xavier Robert, coming to you live from Uyo, the capital city of Akwa Ibom. Let's take a look at the headlines. President Tinubu says student loan scheme to take off January 2024. Governor Enor announces government readiness to launch new agriculture boosting campaign. Plus, Danish Deputy Prime Minister Jensen resigns to leave politics. We will bring you details of these stories and more in a moment. First in the news this afternoon is from Nigeria's leader, President Bola Tinubu, who has assured that the era of industrial actions in the nation's academic environment has come to an end, as the administration's students' loan scheme commences January next year. President Tinubu gave the assurance while speaking at the 29th edition of the annual Nigerian Economic Summit, anchored by the Nigerian Economic Summit Group (NESG) in Abuja. Tinubu, who spoke extensively on his administration's plans to stabilize the economy with the collaboration of all stakeholders, especially the private sector, also noted the need to immediately initiate a sustainable credit scheme, which he said will aid an effective anti-corruption campaign. Away from that, the federal government has reopened the third mainland bridge after closure for palliative work. The Federal Controller of Works in Lagos, Olukorede Keisha, expressed satisfaction with repairs done on the third mainland bridge, assuring motorists of a smooth ride till the commencement of comprehensive rehabilitation in January 2024. During the inspection, the controller stopped on various portions between Iyana Oworo and Adeniji Adele, where remedial repairs had been done on a 9.7-kilometer stretch of Lagos Island inbound lane. She stated that the construction done was just palliative work to keep the highway in good condition, pending the comprehensive rehabilitation scheduled for January 2024. In a separate development, former President Olusegun Obasanjo has again stressed the need for the country to shift from a mono economy marked by overdependence on crude oil and embrace non-oil exports, particularly agribusiness, to overcome the problem of forex crisis that had significantly impacted the nation's economy negatively. Obasanjo alluded to the assertion by some commentators who opined that oil had become a curse to the nation, hampering the development of potentials in other areas. The former president spoke at the closing ceremony of a one-week training organized for 200 entrepreneurs by the African Leadership Foundation in Abeokuta, Ogun State. He expressed sadness that Africa had continued to remain at the bottom of the global trade pyramid and global value chain, accounting for only 1.9% of global manufacturing because it has failed to add value to even its small export of primary commodities. On judicial matters now, the Supreme Court has said that there are conflicting letters from the Chicago State University CSU on President Bola Tinubu's certificate. The chairman of the 7-member panel hearing the application, Justice John Okoro, made this known today. Justice Okoro noted that criminal matters have to be proved beyond reasonable doubt. Meanwhile, the Supreme Court has reserved judgment in the appeal by Peter Obi and the Labour Party LP against the September 6 judgment of the Presidential Election Petition Court, PEPC, which affirmed the victory of President Tinubu. Recall that the Apex Court had struck out the appeal by the Allied People's Movement, APM, seeking to nullify the election of President Tinubu. In the meantime, the Court of Appeal in Abuja has nullified the victory of the Senate Minority Leader Simon Nguyen Quan in the February 25 senatorial election in Plateau North Senatorial District. A three-member appeal panel ordered the Independent National Electoral Commission (INEC) to, within 90 days, conduct a fresh election in the senatorial district. The court gave the verdict while ruling on the appeal filed by Chris Giwa of the All Progressives Congress and Gyang Zi of the Labour Party. Justice E. Daudu, who read the lead judgment of the appellate court, held that the High Court order was not fully complied with by the PDP, as 12 local government areas did not participate in the said Congress. Still on judicial matters, the Federal High Court has okayed two separate suits seeking the removal of the newly appointed chairman of the Economic and Financial Crimes Commission, Olanipekun Olukoyede. Both suits were brought before the court by legal practitioners Stanley Okawara and Maxwell Okpara. They are also seeking an order setting aside and nullifying the appointment of the fourth defendant as the chairman of the Economic and Financial Crimes Commission on October 12, 2023. Back here, Akwa Ibom State Governor Pastor Moino has announced that the state government is set to launch its new agriculture boosting campaign with the establishment of a model oil palm mill in Ibekwe, Akpanya, but any local government area. The state governor announced the government's readiness to kickstart the project while speaking at a special church service at the Solid Rock Kingdom Church headquarters, Ibekwe, Akpanya, held to mark the 75th birthday celebration of the Apostle John Okoriko. The governor said the location of the mill at Ibekwe Akpanya community is to complement the already existing massive oil palm plantation by the Solid Rock lead pastor and to provide various levels of processing services for all the oil palm farmers in the area, showing that the mill will be a replication of the Songhai Farms model. Governor No, on behalf of the government and people of the state, also congratulated Apostle John Okoriko on his 75th birth anniversary and lauded his administration style of simplifying the gospel to the understanding of the locals, describing him as an asset in the Akwa Ibom church community. In the meantime, Akwa Ibom State Governor Pastor Moino has reiterated the state's readiness to collaborate with development partners in order to attract investments into the state. In an interview with pressmen at the Victoria International Airport, Uyo, on his return from the 8th Annual London Political Summit at the House of Commons Westminster Summit, Governor No said such opportunities for him is always an occasion to showcase the safe and lucrative economic opportunities the state is endowed with, stressing that the summit availed him another opportunity to attract investors to the state. Beyond investment interests, the governor, who was a delegate at the summit, said he also seized the opportunity of having several multinational agencies and aid organizations in one spot to market the state and assure relevant organization of the state's readiness to partner for development, noting that the state cannot depend solely on federal allocation for growth. The Government House correspondent Januar reports that the governor also disclosed that he had used the occasion to meet with citizens of the state in the diaspora to discuss on the need to attract more foreign direct investments in areas of health, agriculture, artificial intelligence and other ICT fields, amongst others, into the state. Now to Africa, where Kenyan President William Ruto has said that the country will not experience El Nino rains as predicted, citing a forecast by Kenya's Meteorological Department. He urged Kenyans to use the new prediction of abundant rainfall to produce more food from farming to ensure that the country is food secure. Reports say the El Nino weather phenomenon occurs when sea surface temperatures in the tropical eastern Pacific rise to about 0.5 degrees Celsius above average. Recall that experts had warned that El Nino rains could hit Kenya and other East African countries from mid-October. So in Africa, Tanzania has signed a 30-year port management agreement with the United Arab Emirates UAE, despite opposition to the deal. Under the agreement, Dubai Port DP World will run 4 berths or quays at Dar es Salaam, Tanzania's largest port. The Emirati firm and the Tanzania Ports Authority will also collaborate in managing 3 other berths at the port. The partnership includes an investment of $250 million by Dubai Port World to upgrade infrastructure of the port over the next 5 years. On the foreign scene, Danish Deputy Prime Minister Jacob Ellemann-Jensen has said that he was retiring from politics just months after he returned from a 6-month leave due to stress and overwork. Ellemann-Jensen said his personality overshadowed the Venstre party's results in government and had become a hindrance to the party's ability to move forward. Reports say Venstre Vice Chairman Stephanie Luz will take over organizational duties for the party until the election of a new party leader at the party annual conference in November. Still on the foreign scene, White House has said that U.S. President Joe Biden has discussed the Israel-Hamas war with leaders of major Western powers. The White House said Biden spoke with the leaders of Britain, Canada, France, Germany and Italy. It added that the leaders reiterated their support for Israel and its right to defend itself against terrorism and called for adherence to international law, international humanitarian law, including the protection of civilians. Still to come in the news. Manchester United to pay tribute to Charlton Tuesday. Please stay with us. Thanks for staying tuned. We're moving on to our business news, where the federal government has announced that it attracted over $2 billion in investments in the renewable energy sector over the past decade. It announced this through the Rural Electrification Agency REA, noting that in advancing these achievements, it established partnerships with the World Bank, African Development Bank, Global Alliance for People and Planet, Rocky Mountain Institute, and Japan International Cooperation Agency, amongst others. The Director, Promotion and Outreach, Mutari Ibrahim, who disclosed this in a statement issued in Abuja, said, for 2020 through to date, REA has provided power to over 7.5 million people, including 1.5 million households, delivering 130 mini-grid projects, including 1.3 million standalone home systems. According to him, the agency has equally deployed over 1,650 kilometers of solar street lights, improving power security and economic growth in rural areas. And in the meantime, the Minister of Housing and Urban Development, Ahmed Dangiwa, has communicated plans to develop cost-effective housing designs and promote the construction of quality and affordable housing for Nigerians. He said the plan will cater to the housing needs of 80% of low and medium income earners in the country. The minister made this known when he received the leadership of the Nigerian Institute of Quantity Surveyors, led by its president Shonubi Olayemi, at the ministry headquarters. He noted that an affordable housing design committee was created within his first week in office to develop more efficient design options to meet the income profiles of Nigerians within that bracket. In health, the Association of Resident Doctors (NARD) at Federal Medical Center, Abeokuta, Ogun State, has called for urgent action to address the serious shortage of medical staff at the institution. The association urged the federal government to provide additional resources and support to the institution to improve the quality of care and reduce the burden on staff. The ARD president at the institution, Dr. Tokwe Osundara, made the call at the handing over of a newly constructed medical facility built by the Professor Musa Olomu-led administration to the association. He lamented that the shortage of staff has been a long-standing issue at the hospital, adding that it is leading to increased waiting times for patients, reduced access to care, and longer stays in the hospital. So in health, as part of efforts to increase mental health awareness among adolescents and reduce cases of suicide in Nigeria, a non-governmental organization, NGO, Youth Development and Empowerment Initiative, has called for the inclusion of mental health in primary and secondary school curricula. The NGO noted that including mental health in the school curriculum will help young people become aware of mental health conditions early through awareness creation and know how to recognize signs of mental health problems and when to seek help. Speaking at the program, a public health physician at the Lagos State University Teaching Hospital Ikeja, Dr. Toriola Femi Adebayo, said the inclusion had become crucial, citing challenges faced by young people in the country. The physician said young people are facing a lot of stress, hence the need for one to take care of their mental health. Now to sports, where Manchester United says it will pay further tribute to Sir Bobby Charlton ahead of Tuesday night's Champions League match at Old Trafford. Reports say United Trinity statue outside the ground was awash with tributes to Charlton, as supporters laid flowers and scarves, with many leaving personal thoughts for one of the club's most famous sons following his death at 86. The United confirmed that discussions were ongoing with Charlton's family and UEFA for further commemorative plans ahead of Tuesday night's Champions League Group A match against Copenhagen. So in sports, England have added Durham fast bowler Bryden Kerr to their World Cup squad to replace Reece Topley. Left-arm seamer Topley was ruled out of the tournament after breaking a finger in the defeat by South Africa in Mumbai, India. Kes, aged 28, has taken 14 wickets in 12 one-day internationals, featuring most recently against Ireland last month. He impressed with 4 wickets in 3 T20s against New Zealand prior to the Ireland series. And on entertainment news, popular Nigerian actor and TV star Toby Bakre has won an award for acting at the just concluded the Future Awards Africa TFAA. Celebrating the win on social media, Bakre's gratitude went out to his elder brother, who had previously won TFAA award, and inspired him to keep pushing. Reports say TFAA, which was held in Lagos State, saw 25 nominees emerge winners, with selections across various categories ranging from social activism to business and entertainment. Still in entertainment news, Nigerian artists Davido and Rema were the big winners at the just concluded 2023 Trace Awards held in Kigali, Rwanda. Rema won 2 awards, Song of the Year for his hit record Calm Down and Best Global African Artist alongside South African act Nomsibo Zikode. Davido bagged 2 awards, Best Male and Best Collaboration, while Burna Boy snagged the Album of the Year award for his Love Domini project. That's all we have for you at this time. Do ensure to follow us on social media and subscribe to our YouTube channel, all of which you can find on our website, spectrumtvlive.ng. You've been watching Spectrum News at 2. My name is Xavier Robert. Do have a terrific day. Bye.